how would a producer do some risk mitigation as far as using unmanned aircraft on their set to get insurance and also to be bonded?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would definitely go, you sit down and you talk with the pilot, and that's where the whole risk, situation comes into place. Because if the pilot's sitting there saying, okay, what's the shot? And you're going, well, we're going to be flying out over the water, then we're going to come in, then we're going to catch it, then we're going to walk it into this building, then we're going to come out the other side. And it's like this huge thing that may not even be possible. But then you have all these moving elements of, street closures and maintaining that 500 feet. And then also defining non-participating and participating members, because sometimes you could get, a little blessing from the FAA where they could shorten that down to 250 feet if you could, come up with some type of equivalent level of safety. But to mitigate the risk should start with the pilot. And, one thing is like, flight times. I get phone calls and they go, oh, can you stay in the air for 45 minutes? And I'm like, yeah, we could stay in the air for 45 minutes. It's not a problem, with the drones that we have. But do you really want to stay in the air for 45 minutes? Because the reality is, the longer you're up in the air, the more likely something could happen. Not only for the drone being flying, but if you're working with explosives, if you're working within different types of airspaces, it really starts there. It starts with just talking to the pilot about what you guys are doing, what you're trying to do.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah. Well said. And that's exactly our process, certainly to talk to the pilot. My job, ProSite's job, again, is just to be able to discern those with whom we choose to do business and those that it would be unwise to collaborate with. And so it's a function of our extensive experience in the business that's helped us understand the questions to ask and the criteria that are important to be met. Sadly, my world is kind of the half-empty world. I'm the guy that sees that 1 in 1,000 instance where something bad happens, but that knowledge base helps us have conversations with our potential clients to make sure that we understand the nature of the project. And exactly as we're saying here, it's important to have a clear understanding of the vision of the project and to make an evaluation about whether we're going to cause any damage. We have two simultaneous priorities in this business as I see it. First of all, certainly we want to keep everybody safe. I mean, we're ethical, moral people and we don't want anybody to get hurt. But secondly, and sadly equally important, we want to keep our collective rear ends out of litigation. And so consequently, it's important that we understand how to go about conducting our business, about seeing our vision come to light in a way that minimizes our exposure. And that's exactly where I and my company come in, because we can vet those people applying for this type of coverage and help you, the producer, decide whether this is the guy we want or this is the guy that we don't want. That's where the collaborative process is hopefully what we can bring to the table, because we know these guys. We've done our homework. We work closely with Tesla and the UAVSA, with Keith and his compatriots, to really have our finger on the pulse of the industry so we get it. So when you guys, with your creative vision and your team, come to us and say, well, here's our project, here's what we want to do, and here's the guy that we're thinking about using, we can offer some assistance in vetting that person out to make sure that the odds are definitely in our favor, that nothing calamitous will happen.